that thing went up 500 feet. I couldn't believe it. And it stopped people in their tracks. They came back to take a look. This was at the end. So anyway, it worked out well. We had speakers from the county. We had Steve Lynch, Tracy Verrier, and Ray Bazzari. Turned out that unfortunately we had some state people there that took away our steam, so next time we'll make sure that you guys are the only ones gonna speak. Amanda, Morgan and Sheila Smith, wanted to give thanks to them, because without them, a lot of this incidental stuff wouldn't happen. We had door prizes donated by Lowe's, Home Depot, Doug Kearse Soil and Water. And one thing I want to say is that New Hope Mills, if you're not familiar with it, familiarize yourself with New Hope Mills way down on York Street. They renovated their retail area to serve breakfast and lunch. I don't know if you, they did serve breakfast. I know I've been there for pancakes and such. But they brought down from the old mill 100-year-old flour presses or wheat presses. I don't know what they are, but they're pretty impressive. And they're up around the ceiling. And before you might have had 4 or 5 tables. Now you have booths and tables on one side and their retail flour and some other stuff. I don't know what's in there, probably honey and I didn't see any toast. But they have quite a bit of, quite interesting. And who else did if I didn't miss anyone, we did get some, we had 5 or 6 legislators that were able to attend. And Joe DeForest and Aileen Coleman, McNabb Coleman, Andrew Dennison, Tim Lattimore went out and hustled some door prizes. So that was pretty good. And I thank Meg Vanek from Tourism. She brought over 40 bags. We put all the bags, retail and pamphlets that come out from around the county and entered in the bag. And a lot of people read those, and a lot of people come and visit. And this is the feedback. I've been with this group for 6 years. So I know what they do, I know what they like, and there wasn't much action here in Cayuga County, but I thought 3 years ago it would be a good thing to try it out. It worked out well. So that's all I have. If there's any questions, let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Didio.
Thank you.
That was great. So are there any other reports from individual legislators? Mr. Vitale.
Well, first, I'd like to thank Mr. Didio for his efforts in that project, and I think all of us appreciate your efforts. What I'd like to give a short update on is the work that's continuing to be done with our capital plan. More specifically, our buildings and the county office building. We have many challenges, a lack of space in a lot of our departments, space efficiency, safety concerns, utility efficiencies, and the list can go on and on. But not to mention the things that happened today that could probably happen in a brand new building, but you know that could probably happen very easily with a lack of planning. So you know we can't avoid every circumstance, but Gary Duckett, George Wethy, and I have continued to look at our capital considerations. The last time I reported to this body was probably about 9 months ago, and at that time I believe my comment was that renovating the county office building is close to the same cost as building a new one. Since then, we've done several other little projects, including the Wendell Energy Conservation Review. I know Gary has been continuing to talk to them. I believe we're going to have a report from them at the next Ways and Means Committee and look at the things that they identified where that could be cost savings and possible updates that we can do in our buildings. It's my plan to bring the capital working group back together this next month. So I'll be contacting the members that were on it, that are still on it. Make sure they want to continue. So that we can start looking at the opportunities and kind of look to the future as to where we should go with our buildings and how we should carry out our business. With strong consideration for efficiencies, cost effectiveness, safety, comfort, and all those good things. Whatever we decide to do, our decisions have to generate savings in order to pay for whatever projects we decide to enter into. Over the last couple of years, we are truly aware that our revenues continue to be flat. It's not like a tourist attraction where you build it and people will come and it'll pay for itself. That doesn't happen with buildings that we use for our operations every single day. But what my hope would be is that by the end of this year, we can identify a path that we would like to be taking so that in the next couple of years, we can go down that path and get some of these things done. We cannot continue to just talk about this. We have to actually know where we're going to go and start going in that direction. Other than that, if anybody would like to participate in those group sessions, just let me know. Like I said, we'll plan on reconvening sometime in the month of May.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vitale. Are there any other reports, comments? Okay, thank you. So I would echo what Mr. Vitale said about Mr. Didio's efforts. That's a great event, and I know it's a lot of work for you, Mike. So thank you for doing that. I was able to join the group for a while, but then had to go and participate in a conference, news conference that Congressman Katko had at Emerson Park. And I would mention that our governor is going to be at the park tomorrow to also holding a press conference. If anyone wishes to attend and hasn't already signed up, let me or Colleen Deacon know. I think it is requested that people do sign up as opposed to just show up. So if you're not on the list and you want to be, please let me or Colleen Deacon know. In addition to the news conference, I and a group of people, Mr. Vitale and Bud Shattuck from Union Springs, met with the congressman this week. We talked about a number of issues, moving forward with water quality and some other things. So that was encouraging. He was very receptive, and we look forward to getting some things done there. Also had, in terms of water, had a meeting at Soil and Water that Doug Kurst put together with a number of lake associations, some towns, and of course Soil and Water, to talk about the weed harvesting, the process, the needs, and kind of a path forward with that. So that was also encouraging. I think that was the first time we'd actually gotten together with that group to really look at this program overall. So we'll continue those efforts in the future as well. We continue to work to relocate Civil and to free up the space for probation. And I know I've said this before, but we're really close now. And in fact, we're close. Jim Stoll has offered if we can't get this done in the next couple of weeks, I think Jim's offered his home, is my understanding. So, no, we absolutely are moving forward with that, Jay. We will get that done in the immediate term. So I think those are the things I wanted to share. Does anyone have any questions of me? Okay, hearing none. Okay, could I have a motion for the regular monthly appointments and reappointments? Mr. Bennett, a second. Mr. Pinckney? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm sorry.
I guess I'll be opposed if there's no discussion.
I'm sorry, we can have discussion. If the.
I just, once again, would like to express my concern about the Water and Sewer Authority Board appointment. I am sure he's a fine candidate. I'm solely against him for geographical reasons. I feel that we really need somebody on there from the northern end of the county to replace Bill McVeigh. And I hope we can do that sooner rather than later.
Okay, thank you very much, and forgive me for, so if you can note the Tucker's
Yep.
no vote and the note, thank you. Okay, I think, nope, I need a motion, if I could have a motion to dispense with the reading of communications. Mr. Bennett? Mr. Dennison? This time I won't. Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Our monthly resolutions. Ms. McNabb Coleman.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to present 1A, 1B, our regular monthly resolutions. They've been through committee, and I'm offering them for consideration.
So, is there any discussion, comment on these? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
I'd like to offer WM 1, 2, and 3 as a bundle. They've been through committee, and I'd like to put them forward for consideration.
Okay.
We
Tucker?
single out one.
Take out 1. So we'll do 2 and 3 as a bundle.
Okay. Okay, so we're bundling 2 and 3.
That's right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
WM 1, authorizing the chairman to sign a contract with the libraries. That has been through committee also.
Okay, discusussion? Tucker?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Uh,
Okay, wait, we have 3 opposed.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
Didio and, okay.
Mr. Didio, Mr. Pinckney, and Mr. Whitman.
Thank you.
WM4 was added on 4/20, establishing a temporary countywide hiring freeze until July 1st, 2017. This is a new resolution, and it requires a motion.
I'll move it. Second.
Is there discussion on this? Mr. Dennison?
What exactly will this cover?
You want to answer that, or?
This is going to cover the creation of new positions.
So it doesn't have anything to do with refilling one, somebody that retires, whatever, leaves?
Not as it's currently written.
No.
Mr. Whitman?
Yeah, that satisfied my curiosity. I'm good with that one.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Whitman, thank you.
WM5 is authorization to sign an agreement with the Law Office of Rebecca M. Spino to provide representation to Cayuga County in all aspects of real property tax law, Article 11 proceedings, and legal work. This is new and requires a motion.
I'll move it.
Second, discussion?
Is
Mr.
this
Dennison?
replacing somebody else? I mean, this is obviously hiring a new person to replace somebody who used to do this, or?
Mr. McNabb-Coleman, do you want?
Yep, you can defer to Fred.
Yes, it is. The previous attorney, Dick Cosentino, has retired after the end of this cycle, and this is a contract to, or a resolution to hire Rebecca Spino in his place to assist with the tax foreclosure matters.
Are there other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. McNabb-Coleman. Mr. Bennett?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Health and Human Services has 3 resolutions this year, HH 1, 2, and 3. They've been through both committees in the past. I'd like to put them up as a bundle.
Does anyone object to bundling these? In that case, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Mr. Foley?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Government Operations has 5 resolutions. They went through committee, all passed, and also at Ways and Means, they all passed. I offer up GO 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as a bundle unless anyone wants one singled out.
Thank you. Does anyone want any of these separated? In that case, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Mr. Pinckney?
Mr. Chairman, planning has one resolution, has been through committee and seeks approval.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Baxter?
Mr. Chairman, Public Works has 8 resolutions. They've all been through committee. I would offer them as a bundle.
Any objection to bundling these 8? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, they pass, thank you. Mr. Mahunik?
Mr. Chairman, Judicial and Public Safety has 9 resolutions. They've been through both committees. I would offer them as a bundle unless anyone would like any separated.
Does anyone object bundling these? In that case, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we do need an executive session, although the agenda is wrong. We need an executive session to discuss union negotiations and the sale or lease of property. So if I could have a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Dennison?
Second.
Someone seconded.
Terry did.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're in executive session, thank you. And there will be no business, I do not anticipate anyway afterwards. So where's the president? Did he leave?